Lesson 80 is operations with scientific notation. So start by writing down 5.3 times 10 to the negative 5 times 2 times 10 to the negative 11. All right, so you're going to multiply your numbers like normal. So since it's all multiplication, you can choose what you want to multiply together, okay? So I'm going to multiply 5.3 times 2, which gives me 10.6. All right. Then we multiply our powers of 10 together. So I'm going to multiply 10 to the negative 5 times 10 to the negative 11. So you want to think of this like just what's x squared times x cubed, everyone? Right, you just add exponents and you keep the same base. So samesies right here, we're going to keep our base of 10, and we are going to add these lovely exponents to make negative 16. Now, this is not in true scientific notation, all right? It's not in true scientific notation because the decimal needs to be where? Yeah, how could I rewrite this, all right, so that it means the same thing? Like if I just put this in scientific notation, that would be times 10 to the what? No, not yet. Just this little part right here. If I just make 10.6 scientific notation, positive 1, which yes will be negative 15, all of you that are ahead of me. Yes. Okay, everybody get why this is the same? If I just like multiply by 10, it goes boop right back to 10.6, okay? All right, so you're moving it back one space. So my final answer, we will add these together times 10 to the negative 15. What I usually do is I just memorize this. I memorize if I go back a space, I add 1 to the exponent, okay? So it's opposite, okay? Because back a space kind of makes you think negative, but you plus 1 to the exponent, okay? All right, let's try another one. All right, there's 4 zeros and a 4 times 10 to the negative 5, and then times 700,000. So first we need to write everything in scientific notation. Then we'll do the operation of multiplying, all right? So I need to change just this number right here to scientific notation, 0.00004. So we need the decimal to be right after the 4. So this would be 4 times 10, positive or negative, you guys? This is a really small number. It's negative. So when you're doing the negative ones, it's the number of zeros, but also the space here. So it's 5 spaces to the right. I mean left, you guys. Negative, really small number. And then I have times 10 to the negative 5, okay? I have the other times 10 to the negative 5 right there. Then I'm going to change 700,000 to scientific notation. So it would be 7 times 10 to the what? Fifth, okay? There are 5 zeros. So you don't count that actual space. You're going to put it right here and then the 5 zeros. All right, so now I'm going to multiply my numbers like normal. So 4 times 7 is 28. And then I have times 10, and we're going to add all the exponents. So negative 5 plus negative 5 is negative 10, and then plus 5 is negative 5. Is this answer in true scientific notation? No, I need to move it back one space, which means what do I do with the exponent? Plus 1. Add 1 to the exponent. You go back a space and you add 1 to the exponent, so they are equal. All right. Okay, let's make it a little harder. All right, that was just multiplying. Now let's multiply and divide, okay? All right. Go ahead and write that down, 0.07 times 10 squared. I'll give you a minute to write this one down. Times 800,000. All over 10,000 times, there's 6 zeros here and then a 4. So 0.6 zeros and then a 4. Okay, so we'll start by rewriting just this number, 0.07. All right, so 0.07 is 7 times 10 to the what? -2. Okay, because going back 2 spaces. Then I'm going to do times 10 squared, because that's what's already there. All right, now let's do this 800,000. So 800,000 is 8 times 10 to the what? To the 5th. Good job, because there's 5 zeros. All right, all over. Now I've got 10,000 right here. So this is going to be 1 times 10 to the what? Good. There are 4 zeros there. All right. And then we're going to change this one. That one's going to be 4 times 10 to the negative what? -7. Because there's 6 zeros here and then that space. So -7. Okay. We're going to deal with the numbers first. And I would like you to cross cancel. Everyone should watch. So I'm going to do 4 goes into 8 2 times. All right, it's faster if you cross cancel. Then I'm going to multiply the top to the top. So 7 times 2 is 14. So I'm just going to do the top part first after I cross cancel. Okay. And then I'm going to add exponents. 10, so I have times 10. Okay, this -2 plus 2 cancels out. That'd be 0. And then plus 5. All right, all over. This is now really 1 times 1 because I divided the 4 by itself. And in the denominator, we're doing the same thing. I'm going to multiply straight across the numbers together. Now I'm going to add the exponents together. So this is times 10 to the -3. Okay, those of you doing your homework right now, you should pause and pay attention. Okay, so we want to divide our numbers like normal. So what's 14 divided by 1? 14, okay? And we want all the 10s to be in the numerator. You will always move the bottom 10 to the top. And what happens when I move it to the top to the exponent?
You add it because it's negative.
You make it positive. Yeah, it's negative. If it was positive, you would make it negative. So when it switches, you switch signs. So it's going to go up to +3. Then we can add these together. So now it's times 10 to the 8th. Okay, and then my final answer, I still need to move it back a space. So it's 1.4, which means we add 1 to the exponent. Final answer there. Last one. All right, I'll show you one little shortcut that a lot of people like to do, okay? We're going to make this a 4, right? And this would be times 10 to the what? -2. And then in their heads, we like add the -9 already. So this would be times 10 to the -11. All right, so I added this scientific notation with that number in my head. Okay, now on this next one, this would be 5 times, and this one would just be 10 to the 1st, which I am going to add to the 16. So that would make this one 17. All right, in the bottom here, we would do 4 times 10, and this would be -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, so -6. And this last number, the 50,000, would be 5 times 10 to the 4th. All right, cross cancel your numbers. So 4 goes into 4. They each go in 1 time. And same with the 5 over the 5. They each go in 1 time. So then I multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. And then I add exponents. This is -11 plus the 17. So that would be a 6. In the denominator, I multiply the numbers, which is 1. Okay, I add the exponents, which would give me -2. All right, final answer, we do 1 divided by 1 is 1. Okay, this is going to move up, which changes the sign to positive. So I'd get times 10 to the +8. All right, let's try some whiteboards and see how it goes.